The 5 of you are standing in the Dream Grove. This commune is run by the Daughters of the Twin Moons, which all of you, except Erica, are now members of. Around you are enormous trees reaching far, far up into the sky, with the windows of their interior spaces glittering in the light of the midday suns. Your bags and pockets are heavy with the purchases you made at Trinkets, the purple tent that appeared seemingly just for you. You are safe here. There's nothing chasing you or pushing you to run towards a cryptic goal. You have a simple apartment to share. For the time being, you can breathe and take a break. Around you in the Dream Grove, other daughters are busy with chores or heading towards the dining hall for lunch. What do you do?
Zan and I were running off with a box and a ruby.
Yes, we've got a box, we've got a ruby, and we were explicitly told not to open it. We passed up 50 gold pieces for this.
So the two of you, I guess, just start sprinting out of the Dream Grove.
Beeline. Straightforward. Fastest mile.
Can you each make a perception check for me?
It's a 5 from me.
And a 15 for me.
Yeah, as you're running, Zan, you slam into the tiny body of a 5-year-old child, sending you both just flailing onto the dirt path. The ruby goes flying out of your hand, and the child starts just like wailing.
Oh.
You look down, and the child has a skinned knee, and it's pointing at it like the world has ended. And you have murdered them. They're just, my leg!
Okay. Oh,
Zan, what the fuck?
Hey, shh. Don't curse, God.
Oh, sorry. What the freak?
Yeah, Jesus. You're okay. Hang on. Let's get this. Wait, Max. Oh God. Well, at least Max didn't crash into you. Max, you find the ruby. I don't know where it went. You're fine. God. Okay.
Max will come back and put a hand on this child's shin and do two points of lay on hands.
Whoa!
I forgot about magic healing. I had like a moment of like, oh my God, I gotta find a Band-Aid.
You forgot about magic?
I gotta find a non-magical Band-Aid. The kid's eyes go like really wide. This is a little 5-year-old tiefling. They got just like barely 2 little nubs of horns.
Oh, adorable.
And they're purple, and the wound on their knee closes back up, and they're like, whoa, do it again. And they get up and immediately just start flinging themselves into the ground.
No, I'm gonna grab them by the waist and pick them up to make sure they can't hurt themselves.
They start like flailing around.
Let's go find an adult for you.
I'll put the child on my shoulders and start walking toward food.
Toward food?
I have been immediately distracted.
Yes, great.
Real quick, before I forget, I'm going to try to find the ruby, though.
Okay, yeah. Roll investigation.
That's a 4.
Jesus Christ.
All right, yeah, you scramble around on the ground for a bit, and you don't know where it went. It was pretty small. Like, it was only like, I don't know, maybe the diameter of like a dime. You can't find it, Zan.
I am no longer excited about this episode. Just gonna leave now.
At this point, Erica exits the tent as well and is kind of zipping up Jansport. Okay, what's next? Where are we going?
You see Max with a 5-year-old purple tiefling on his shoulders, and Zan is just kind of like curled up in the dirt on the ground.
I live here now.
Zan, make another investigation check.
Using a different dice. This one goes in jail. Well, that's a 19.
Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, you kind of lay there and take some deep breaths and kind of refocus yourself and then start crawling around on your hands and knees. It takes you a while. That's how I'm going to justify letting you roll again. But you do find this ruby in the ground.
There wasn't any time pressure.
100%. If you had never found it again, Trinket would have found it again anyway.
Sold it to you for 50 gold.
God. Never letting this out of my sight ever again.
Okay, great. Yeah.
I'm just going to follow Max towards food.
Yeah, Erica will too.
Yeah. Zan, at this point, you look up and you catch the tail end of your friends heading into the dining hall.
Can't believe how easily we were distracted. Fine.
All right. Yeah. So you make your way towards the base of the tree that daughter Elian said was the dining hall. The doors are propped open and the sounds of laughter and music are spilling out. Inside, there are tables and chairs that are all pushed together into this long, snaking seating area where folks of all shapes and sizes are clustered. Many of them are wearing black uniforms with twin crescent moons embroidered on them, though there's also quite a few people who aren't. Notably, the cluster of small children all sitting together and a young woman who looks vaguely familiar. As you enter, many of the daughters and other patrons turn your way and raise their glasses in celebration, showering you with cries of, "Oh, welcome! Hey, congrats on getting in!" and "Nice uniforms!" At least like 6 different people are waving at you to come over and sit with them. There's also a small band playing in one corner. There's someone with a harp and someone singing. Along one wall of the dining hall is a long counter where a few people are gathered, likely waiting for food. You can smell like delicious spices wafting out from the door behind the counter. And then on the other side of the room, there is a bar stocked with dozens of fancy looking bottles and glasses in every shape and size.
Oh, this is a bit more attention than I was expecting. Jasmin is going to kind of hide behind Max.
Great.
And still stick out.
Erica immediately just walks away and goes to where the food is.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna head for the food too. I'm gonna sort of do awkward little like, hey, waves at people, but like not
Great.
talk to anybody.
Yeah. Where you like say hey, but then immediately break eye contact so they know you're not coming any closer.
Yeah, and it's like the bad kind of break eye contact where it like looks like we do full eye contact, and then I'm like, I can't. Nope. Bye.
Okay, great.
Of all environments we've been in, this is the one that is the most familiar to Cody. He knows this life, but he is awestruck by the fact that usually he's looking for the one table with no seats that he and his like 3 friends can go sit at.
Yep.
But like being like the popular kid at school has never happened to him. So he is like running around trying to give high fives to everybody.
They're loving it.
And but my question is, do people know what high fives are here, and how is that going?
A couple people do. You put your hand up and immediately just smack, great high five. You put your hand up for somebody else and they kind of like take your hand and shake it, but big smiles.
Okay, that's fine too. Good job.
Actually, you run by a person with like elegant cat ears and like slanted yellow eyes, and they just butt their head right up against your hand as you
Cool ears, and then runs off to the next person.
Exactly. Yeah. At least 3 people compliment your cape, which is beautiful.
And Cody will like, as he runs past them, he'll just start kind of wiggling and swishing it so it kind of flows better behind him as he runs. And then he'll look for his friends and then rejoin them out of breath.
The rest of you have unintentionally made a sufficient distraction that no one cares how awkward you all are.
Deploy child.
Max is going to go set down the child with the other children. And
Just find a group of children.
there's a group of children. I'm going to go put the child with the other children.
Like a matching game.
Yeah, they actually like start like tugging your hair in that direction. Like they're trying to like pilot you over to where the kids are.
Ratatouille over here.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll set them down and then squat to their height and look very stern and point at them and say, "No hurting yourself, just to see cool magic."
And they're like, "Okay, I love you." And they like reach out and just kind of like give you a hug. And they're like, "Okay, bye. See you later."
Bye. And then I'll go walk off.
Oliver's children character are all so affectionate.
Jasmin has been following Max this entire time just to still have someone to hide behind.
Great, yes. Yeah, actually, as you place this small child down at this table with the other kids, and the woman sitting there kind of like makes a sign of like, thank you, as you drop off this child. So as you move over to the like food counter on one wall, you notice there's like a significant buffer between like where the tables end and where this counter is. And as you get closer, you realize why, because the room is getting warmer and warmer until you feel like you're standing next to an open fire. And as you make it up to this counter, the door behind it swings open and out steps a short woman with her hair wrapped up in a colorful headscarf. She's balancing bowls and trays of food, and she doles them out to the folks waiting at the counter and then wipes her hands on her apron. You notice that her hands are like cracked and rocky with these veins of bright red and orange peeking through. Her apron also looks more like something a blacksmith would wear than a chef. And she looks up at your party, kind of sizes you up, and then is like, you want food?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Right. What kind of food?
Good stuff.
I'm guessing we should not ask for ice cream.
Whatever. I can make ice cream. You want some ice cream?
I did not say that in character.
Jasmin would never.
That's true. She wouldn't. I'm sorry.
Do you have pizza?
What's pizza? Describe it.
Round dough with tomato sauce and cheese with pepperoni on top.
Yeah, I can make that.
Please?
Yeah. Pepperoni meat.
Yeah.
It's like a sausage.
It's a spicy sausage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that.
They're round and red.
A sliced sausage.
Cool.
Is there non-red? I guess there's white meat.
Anything else?
Can you do like rice with meat on it?
Yeah.
Some kind of meat. Interesting. Little spice.
Sure.
Great.
All right.
Rad.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
She turns and she just like walks back through that swinging door, and it just kind of like swings back.
Oh, okay.
Erica looks for an empty table.
Yeah, so all of these tables, they're each individual round or square tables, but they've all been pushed into just kind of like a long snaking line. But there are a couple kind of off to the side that are empty with some chairs that you could squat at if you want.
Yeah, I think Erica goes to a emptier table.
There are chairs we probably don't have to squat.
It's an all squatting culture. Okay, cool. Yeah, you can go over there and you sit down. After a couple minutes, the chef comes back and puts a couple bowls and big round plate with what looks kind of like pizza on it on the counter.
Pizza!
She like kind of like nods at all of you and then disappears back into the kitchen.
Bye.
You got food. You can hang out.
Was she like made of lava?
I guess. I don't know. Ish.
That seems inconvenient.
Well, not if you have to work in a hot kitchen. Probably feels comfortable.
What if you have to make sashimi or something that needs to be cold?
I mean, what if we have to make things that have to be hot? I don't know. Wear gloves. The opposite of an oven mitt. No, it's probably still an oven mitt. I don't know.
There's just like a really cold room.
Yeah. Sound like just shove some food in her mouth to just so she can't keep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rom.
The moment that Cody feels that people have stopped paying attention to them, he's going to put his light on his cape.
Great.
So people can't stop paying attention to us?
Yeah. Just a little bump on the rim.
Yeah,
just like,
you look over and that like 5-year-old purple tiefling stands up on their chair and they're like, whoa, look at that. And then like the woman sitting there just kind of like picks them up and puts them back down in their chair.
I think with that, Erica has already shoved a piece of pizza in her mouth and grabs another one and walks out the door.
Oh.
bye, Erica.
Erica waves over her head.
Damn, I feel like that was my move.
Well, the rest of you figure out if you're going to small talk or go do something else. What's Erica up to?
Erica's going to head back to the apartment and pull out Ash's journal.
Ooh, nice. So yeah, when you were going through Ash's office, you found a secret compartment that contained this journal along with 2 of those weird potions you had Trinket identify. With your moonshades on, you can read the writing and you just start flipping through it. It looks like it's a combination of notes on imbuing like magical artifacts, like diagrams and like equations and things that you can read but don't really make any sense to you, as well as just like journaled notes on the Daughters of Fell's Keep and all of the stuff that they're worried about.
I think that Erica is looking for more information on the daughters in general and like seeing if there's anything new that she can learn.
Yeah, you start flipping through this book kind of looking for that, and it seems like it's Ash's private journal, and so she doesn't talk much about things that to her would seem like everyday how the daughters work, but you do kind of find some dirt on Tallulah. You find a page written in Ash's messy handwriting. It says, "The fucking bitch just left her uniform on my desk with a half-assed note about going to follow her dreams and that she's left for the capital. I bet Charlie a week's laundry duty. She will be back in Fell's Keep before the end of the season."
Is there like a lot of writing after this, or is this like one of the later entries?
Yeah, this is early in the book.
Okay.
So this seems like it was a while ago.
Okay.
Yeah, you kind of flip ahead past some more equations and it says, "Ha, didn't even take a lunar cycle. Just taking over the ragtag, probably trying to make enough money to try it again at the gauntlet. Can't imagine running a hostel will make you more money than pawning off daughter services for coins." There's also a little drawing of Tallulah with horns on it, but she's like crying and sad and farting.
Wow. Ash is so mature.
Jeez, Ash.
Is Ash actually like 8, but just looks like a real like adult?
Talia, you tell me you haven't drawn shitty pictures. Like,
But like not
worse
like
than
in
that.
a journal. Like I don't know. That's some like at least like 11-year-old stuff.
I love it. I really love it.
I think Erica sighs and is like flipping quicker
Okay, great.
to see if there's like anything more substantial.
You find a couple more mentions of the daughters. One that's like griping, like, "We're down to just the 4 of us, me, Charlie, Jack, and Spence. Spencer's been doing a lot better now that Jack is here. 2 of them are on the same wavelength, happy to be constantly around the kids and always comparing notes on their growth. Charlie talks about Tallulah so much, you'd think they were working on conjuring her out of anecdotes. I'm so fucking sick of it, I could scream. She's gone. That's it. End of story." And you kind of get the impression that most of the notes about the daughters are Ash just fucking ranting about being pissed about stuff. But from this, you do gather that Jack joined the daughters in Fell's Keep after Tallulah left.
Okay.
You also find some notes about the Queen's Guard, specifically that the Queen's Guard has been putting more and more pressure on the daughters in Fell's Keep and starting to ask them for like logs of their quests or tell them that the attacks are caused by the daughters and by their supposed like, quote, dark magic. Ash makes a note like, "We take in orphans and risk our lives fighting off these attacks. Why? Why?" And then there's a note that says, "Ghost came through with rumors about the guard wanting to take the kids. That was enough to get Jack to take me seriously about the evacuation plan. I thank the moons she agreed to come here of all places. She's probably the only daughter on this side of the continent who can activate the portals on a waning crescent."
Okay. Does Ash seem to think that they're like in danger at all, or just
She seemed more frustrated.
okay?
Although the note about like the Queen's Guard maybe trying to like take away the orphans that the daughters take in Fell's Keep is pretty serious.
Yeah.
You also find mention of the item recharge station, which is that like metal box that you use to recharge your mimic ring.
Mm-hmm.
And that was where that like fragment of the moon spirit's egg was like held in there. And you find some notes like, "The fragment of the crystal we found last year has been getting steadily brighter. I'm glad Tallulah didn't succeed in pawning it because it's got some very interesting properties. It appears to be gathering latent magical energy from the space around it. When I stand next to it and channel a spell and then let the spell dissipate, the fragment soaks it up like a sponge and glows brighter." And then a bit later it says, "I've devised a machine to harness the energy from it and reroute it to other items. It's still finicky, but I managed to recharge one of my pendants. I'm going to try something bigger once it recharges fully, which based on my initial calculations should take close to a year. Patience."
I think Erica finishes reading this and has probably been browsing it for like an hour or so, just kind of pouring through it. And she kind of closes it and just kind of lays down on her bed and sighs, then gets her stuff together to go to the baths.
All right, great. Let's check back in at our crew at Applebee's. You finished your meals. You just getting out of there?
Yeah, I want to go look for someone for like basic information, like the sort of place where they might like give directions or like, oh, here's where you go if you want to do this. Just
Zan is looking for an information kiosk.
yes.
Cool.
The tourist center.
I'm looking for a you are here map or an information kiosk.
A little rack of brochures that you can peruse.
Medieval Times just recently instated a location here.
Yeah.
Local amusement park, botanical gardens.
6 miles to Six Flags. It's got good parking.
Keychains that say Dream Grove.
Keychains with all the names on it, with the, you know, that you can figure out. Like,
They never have mine.
But Zan's name definitely isn't there.
Nope,
His name definitely
never there.
isn't there. You find 6 that say Max on them.
Of course I do.
There's like more and more umlauts like stacked on top of the A.
Every spelling of the word Max.
Mix.
This is for Max. Mox.
Mox?
Mix.
Mix.
Okay, great. Roll an investigation check, I guess.
I'm not looking for the name card.
You're not looking for a Dream Grove pendant that says Zan?
No. That's 17.
I guess you also just kind of get up and leave this table of your friends.
I
to
mean,
walk
like,
out the door.
I didn't. I'm going to go look around. Like, hey, bye.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to be like, flip them off and say, fuck off, bye.
I don't know. That seems like your thing.
sounds like Zan, yeah.
Yeah, it does kind of sound like Zan.
Okay, great. Yeah. You kind of wander around this grove of giant trees for a little bit and find yourself back at the storehouse, the giant tree near the center of the grove that was where most of your tour took place, where Elian said that like downstairs is food and upstairs is like other supplies. And there's like a job board in here. You go and you kind of stand at the job board and look at it for a bit, and you can't read any of it.
God damn.
But I imagine you feel too awkward to like ask somebody to read it.
Oh, 100%.
Great. Cool.
Can I find like a person?
Yeah. Daughter Patrick is there, the like big 4-armed Goliath. You actually catch him just as he's entering the storehouse at the same time as you. And he like gives you like a 4-handed wave and starts climbing up the stairs towards where they keep the clothes and the laundry.
Hey, hang on a second. Sorry.
Oh, hey, yeah.
Do you know if there's like a post office here or something
Oh,
where I could get like an envelope, some paper?
Oh, yeah, we got tons of stuff like that. For post, you would probably want to talk to Daughter Elian because they would know like when shipments are coming in and out, and we usually just tuck in post with regular shipments of food or supplies. But yeah, if you come upstairs with me, we've got tons of supplies.
Great. Yeah, just like paper writing stuff and like an envelope.
Great. Yeah. He takes you upstairs, and that room that was just like covered in like a bunch of different like storage things, he like takes you over to one and like pulls open a couple drawers and shows you like pens, paper, whatever you need, envelopes.
Great. Awesome. I'm going to grab like 4 envelopes and couple sheets of paper, some pencils. Yeah.
You now just have writing materials as
Great.
much as you need.
I'll thank Patrick and go find somewhere like quiet with like a table that I can write.
Yeah. Be inside or outside, your choice.
Outside.
You find a little table.
Use my 2 rocks to hold down the papers.
Find some rocks.
Nope, I have them. They're in my bag.
Oh, you have, excuse me, sorry.
I have
Whew.
2 rocks.
These are my rocks.
They say Zan on them. You now have markers you could write Zan on them.
They have faces.
Oh, did you name them?
No, I'm working on it, but they will. They will have names soon.
Okay.
Erica's off taking a bath. Zan is writing. Jasmin, Cody, and Max, you are sitting in Fantasy Applebee's. A lot of the people seem to be kind of clearing out past lunchtime.
Max is just subtly shoving more food towards Jasmin.
It I can't eat this much. I'm full.
Well, we've been doing a lot of stuff lately. You need to eat more to keep up with, the calories we're burning. Also, I'm, a little concerned about, your overall health.
Okay. I mean, I don't think I sound like my mom. I will very reluctantly shove rice in my face.
This pizza's really good. Cody's just oblivious, just sitting there chomping down.
So, where are you two from? It seems like most of you are from America.
Yeah, I think we both are, right?
Missouri. Cody's still mouthful.
Is that a real place?
Yeah, it's a state. It's kind of in the middle of the whole country thing.
Oh, okay.
Just right smack dab in the middle.
Okay. Is it nice there?
Yeah. There's a city, and it has cool places to go, and it has a amusement park and lots of fountains. It's tons of fountains all over the place. I like to go to the fountains and throw change into it.
Fountains are nice.
Yeah.
How about you, Max?
I'm from the, general region of New York. I think you know where that is.
I do know where New York is, yes. It's on the northeastern bit.
Sort of that region.
Yes, it's pretty close to Canada, right?
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Okay, yeah, I know where New York is. The Big Apple, etc. What do you like to do for fun?
Just work out and play football and that kind of stuff.
I don't even know what's happening. I'm so confused.
Die! The meteor comes down from space and explodes the building you're in, and you die, and you're free from this torture.
The ruby just bounces all the way along the floor into the box, and everyone dies.
You explode, it everyone dies. You're dead. Cody, complain about being bored or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a way out of this.
Yeah,
it was entirely intentionally awkward on my part. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Cody finishes his third slice of pizza, and you know this because there's 3 crusts still on the plate because he hasn't eaten those. And he's like, "Oh, that was good. Oh, I'm so full. Okay, what are we doing next? Food done."
Cody's at camp.
That's a good question. I'm done too. Shoves all of the food.
I was gonna go see about their training situation, but I think we all need a rest before we do any strenuous activity.
Please.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, you should be pretty careful about doing some hard work right after eating.
Oh,
it gets kind of bad.
Oh, okay.
Out of character, I have actually done that, and it does get very bad.
That's funny because it sounds like you've never eaten before in your entire life.
No, it all comes back.
It sounds like you're actually a robot and you're making up facts about how eating works.
Crying. Okay, you all take a rest. You feel great. Your digestive systems work their magic. You all have a good poop. You're ready to go.
I kind of wanted to see if I could maybe try and flag down some of the other daughters that are here before they leave.
Okay.
Wanted to talk to one.
Anyone in particular you want to talk to?
No, just anyone.
You start waving at the daughters, and one appears from the ether. They're a tall person with antlers.
Okay.
And short hair. And they're like, "Hi, are you new?"
Yes, I am.
Hi, I'm daughter Cass. She, her, and extends a slender hand to you.
We'll take it. I'm Jasmin. Oh, daughter Jasmin. She, her. I was wondering if there's like a leader or someone. We've only just got here and we only just got the uniforms and we don't really know a lot about what's going on, or if there's someone to talk to who can explain like the whole deal to us or what we're supposed to be doing. Yeah.
Oh, yes. I know this can all be quite overwhelming and confusing. I was very overwhelmed and confused when I first got my daughter's uniform. You will probably want to talk to Dr. Kayla. I imagine she'll set up a time to talk with you soon, though she must be rather preoccupied with the situation in the Kingdom of Ness. Have you gotten a tour yet?
Oh, yes, we got one from Nellian, I think?
Daughter Elian.
Elian, yes, Elian.
Yes.
They were very nice.
Yes, they will be able to give you any more information on how things are working here. I am only just passing through, but many of us spend a significant time here training or simply healing from tiring activities or experiences.
It's a very nice place.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. That was very helpful.
You're welcome.
Do you know anything about the situation in the Kingdom of Ness?
I do not. I am from far north of here, but as I understand it, the Queen of Ness has been pushing the daughters out of her kingdom for a long time, and it seems she's found some inciting incident to make that happen much quicker.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
She kind of like reaches out and places a hand gently on your shoulder and says, "You do not need to rush. Take your time. You will be safe here."
Okay.
She nods to you all and leaves the fantasy Applebee's.
After a nap, Max is going to go find the training grounds, see if there's anyone there.
Yeah, let's say you all go back up to your little apartment thing and maybe send Cody to go dunk in the baths for a bit. Get the kid stink off.
I think at this point, Erica is also back at the apartment.
Great, yeah, you're all in there. Cody, you're probably fucking bored because the adults made you go take a bath and then they all laid down for naps.
Oh yeah, he's just been sitting in his room, just doing Cody stuff, drawing, coloring, making things light up.
Great.
Cody TM.
I guess after Max wakes up, he'll go knock on Jasmin's door.
She opens the door, still kind of like groggily. Yes?
Hey, I'm gonna go walk around, see what they have here. Do you want to come with me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay. And then it's gonna go find the training grounds.
At one point, Jasmin, you slept in the bottom bunk in Cody's room as a cat, I believe.
Yes.
Do you have a separate room, or is this the same room Cody's in?
She's still sleeping there.
Okay, so Cody's head pops up from the top bunk where he was just kind of laying down doing whatever. He's like, "Hey, can I come?"
Oh, hey, Cody. Yeah, sure. You can come if you want.
Okay. And so he'll just kind of clamber down from the top bunk and just get his backpack and just follow along.
All right. Yeah, the three of you clomp your way out of the apartment.
Erica also is following along, but wordlessly.
Oh my god. Creepy.
You guys turn around and Erica's just there.
I'm not being like weird about it. I just like follow along.
She's like hovering a few inches above the ground too. So
I've got the anime effect where you can't, like, the dark shadow over my eyes, so you can't even see my eyes anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's like one shot where you do see your eyes, but you don't have like light in your eyes. It's like there's no reflection.
She's just T-posing, floating around.
Well, hello, welcome to Dice Disasters. This is the part of the show where we stop pretending to be other people and start pretending to be ourselves. I'm Alan, and with me today I have Oliver!
hey, it's me. We're in a mid-roll.
Yay! Taking a little break from a story. Hey, Oliver, I have a question.
Shoot.
You sure just threw a child in front of Max and Zan, didn't you?
Sure did. Oh,
Surprise, child!
we cut this out of the recording, but The reason that happens is because before this episode, I messaged everyone and was like, you're all going to have some time at the Dream Grove. Like, what do you want to do? Like, give me some ideas so I can like plan for everything. And Talia and Robot did not mention the box and I forgot. And so they were like, we're going to go open this. And I was like, I didn't write that.
Yeah, it was like apparently they spent the whole week between sessions really excited about the box, yet
did not mention it to me. So anyway, yeah, the small child that they trip over, their name is Kit, the little purple tiefling, named after at Kit Cadoodle on Instagram, who shared Dice Disasters in her stories. We also have another NPC named Daughter Cass, named after Cass FS, who left us a really nice review on Apple Podcasts.
Oh, well, thanks to both Kit and Cass for being such wonderful listeners. We're so glad we were able to include you in our little adventure.
Yes, all of the Apple Podcast reviews make me so happy. I actually have screenshots of all of them on my desktop that I just look at sometimes. So I'm like, oh, people like this thing that I made.
Yeah. Well, if you want to be immortalized on Oliver's desktop of fame, please feel free to leave us a wonderful review on your favorite podcast service or just share the show on social media. And when you do that, like Cass and Kit, your name will get put in a big bucket of names that Oliver pulls from whenever it's time to name new NPCs.
Yeah, a lot of podcast apps don't have place to leave reviews. Apple Podcast does, and that's actually the place that like benefits us the most. So if you happen to have access to Apple Podcasts and want to slap a review up there, we'd really appreciate it.
Other ways you can get involved in the show, if you have an idea for an awesome item that we could maybe find for sale at Trinkets next time, feel free to go to our website, dicedisasters.com, and there's an item submission button you can click and send in your ideas.
We also are working on getting transcripts up for all the episodes. I think we have up till episode 6 up right now. Those are also on our website.
I love being able to kind of scroll through an episode.
Yeah, they're really fun, but they take a while. So I've been trying to like find people to pay to help make transcripts. If anybody out there wants to chip in, we have a Patreon. Money from that goes to our hosting fees and paying people to transcribe episodes. We'd love if you could support us on there. You can also get access to bonus content, including a bonus mini episode, Zan's fight with the Woodwode in her mind.
Ooh. Yeah, that's a really cool little nugget of the story that is fun to explore. Well, if you're looking for us on the internet, as always, our website, dicedisasters.com. We're on Twitter at dicedisasters or Instagram, dice.disasters. Check us out there. Join our Discord if you want to chat with us and some other really cool fans who love to geek out about each week's episode. We're all there, hanging out. Join us, come have fun.
Back to the episode.
Yay, bye!
Bye. Yeah, so you all make your way over to the area that Daughter Elian described as the training grounds. It's like a flat stretch of field at the edge of the grove. It's surrounded by a smooth wall of alternating stone and glass. And as you get closer, you see that it's engraved with these runes and etchings of the cycles of the moons. You don't see a gate or any way to get into it, but you can see in because like sections of it are clear glass. And you can see two people out in the middle of the training grounds who look like they are having a heated argument. One of them is like waving their arms a lot and their shouts are carrying over to where you're standing.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can hear what they're saying?
I would like to do that too.
Do it.
It's a 19 plus 4, 23.
Holy shit.
Okay, never mind. You don't need that.
There's like two figures. One is like much bigger than the other one. And they're shouting about, they're arguing about the proper diet for tieflings, arguing about whether bugs should be included or not. And they have very strong opinions about this. This is going to make this next part kind of weird. And you watch as the smaller figure turns and fires a massive fireball at the larger figure, completely engulfing them in a white hot ball of flame. The argument abruptly comes to an end, and you watch in stunned silence as the smoke slowly clears and the larger figure is still. And then the big figure lets out this booming laugh that carries across the field towards you and reaches out to ruffle the hair of the smaller figure, who like bats their hand away.
Jasmin slowly turns to Max and says, "But where did you take me?"
I thought this was like training grounds to just practice like fighting and stuff, but apparently this is more like the Thunderdome where you just work your problems out on each other.
Do any of you do anything, or are you just all kind of standing there looking?
Cody's just gonna be like, excuse us, where do we go train?
Yeah, so Cody yells this, and you get their attention. You see the larger figure turn their head towards you and start waving enthusiastically, and then they're moving towards you. And as you get closer, you see a large woman with scruffy brown hair and thick patches all over her body. She's wearing a shirt with the sleeves ripped off, and it's got twin moons embroidered on it. She's giving you all just like the biggest, happiest smile. She is seated in a chair of animated wood that is like scampering across the ground on these root-like stumps and carrying her towards you. There's also a thin tube that passes across her face just below her nose. And she says, "Hey, welcome. Did you all just get here? I'm Scruff, she, her. Don't think we've met before." And as she reaches this glass wall, she waves a hand in front of it, and the glass just retracts into the ground.
Whoa, that was really cool.
Well,
Yeah, it's pretty neat. I love this training area.
how do you do the glass thing?
She's like, "Oh, yeah, so me and daughter Holly are in charge of the training grounds right now, so we're the only ones who can open it up and change the settings. We don't want to, have any kids come in here and messing around without supervision. Gotta train properly, or else somebody could get hurt."
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Hi.
"Hi, what are all your names?" She gets your names from you. You don't have to say them.
We say our names.
Yeah, you all introduce yourselves.
We should just record for Alan, each of us introducing ourselves, and he can just plug in.
Perfect. So she kind of like leans back in her chair and is like, "You want to do some training today? Have you been here before?" "I just got here yesterday, but I'm ready to roll."
Hell yeah.
Sure.
Okay, great.
So I never technically said I was here, but let's just pretend I have been.
All right, Stan wanders up too.
Zan just appears.
Hey, been here the whole time. What do you mean? Yeah, I could go hit some things.
Yeah, okay, I guess I can at least watch.
No, Jasmin, you should come train with us. It'll be fun.
I'm not really good at that sort of thing.
That's why you train.
Yeah, that's the point of training, to get better at doing those things.
Yeah, Scruff reaches over and kind of like ruffles your hair and is like, "Oh, don't worry. We're friendly to all levels in here. Actually, yeah, let's turn the difficulty way down." At this point, the other person in the training area has reached your party. She gives you all kind of like a serious nod. "I am daughter Holly, she, her. She's about 3 feet tall with a clean, round face and hair that is buzzed short. Her daughter's uniform is a fashionable half cape draped over a sharp double-breasted uniform. As you look her over, you realize that she is human. And
3 feet tall?
yeah, she's a little person. She's just a regular human. And I think this is a moment where all of you kind of realize that, like, you haven't seen many humans since you got here. In fact, you have only seen one other person other than your party who looks human, other than daughter Holly, without horns or pointed ears or tails. I can tell you who that other person was, but does anybody remember?
Was it Nula?
Yeah, ding, ding, ding. Points for Allison. It's Nula. I would imagine you all would notice this.
But I don't think I would just say anything to her face.
Yeah.
Like, I just noticed it and be
Wow,
like,
you're a human being.
yeah.
I think Erica like kind of hits Zan lightly in the ribs, like with her elbow, and is like wide-eyed, like, "Whoa."
What?
She doesn't say anything. She's just like kind of pointing with a hand, just like, "Hello, Zan."
She's just giving a significant look to Holly.
"Hello, Zan."
Yeah, Holly is actually similarly looking at each of you and like narrowing her eyes a little bit. Interesting.
What does that mean?
All right, well, what settings do you want, Scruff? And Scruff's like, let's do... Y'all want no damage, or you want to just do some... Yeah, let's start with no damage. So Holly walks over to one of these portions of the wall where there's like a bunch of runes and stuff, and she like traces her finger in the air, and as she does, like this like colored light follows it, and she adds a few runes to the wall there. Scruff waves her hand over the barrier where you came in, and you're all closed in this area now. And Scruff turns to you and is like, all right, so training grounds are set to 0 damage. Y'all can hit me or each other as much as you want. It shouldn't feel a thing. And we can just kind of see where you're all at. You want to do some unarmed first? And she kind of like slaps her big biceps.
Max gives Zan a significant slap to the back of the head.
Hey!
Zan, you feel it. You feel that you got hit, but it didn't hurt at all.
Zan just punches Max in the face. Zan tries to reach Max's face.
Make an attack roll. Max, you do not have armor right now.
Okay.
Because if you remember, you tried to wash it.
It's all wet.
It's on the balcony.
That's a 10. Probably not gonna do it.
Nope. You jump and try to hit him in the face, and he just kind of like moves his head out of the way.
Get down here!
And Scruff's like, oh, hell yeah, you all ready to go?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, so she backs her chair up a bit so that she's like further out into this clearing and kind of repositions herself. And you watch as these like wooden tendrils stop being like the base of a chair and like move up and wrap around each of her legs. So she is now like standing kind of like hunched over in like a wrestler would be, like, come at me. And she's like, all right, both of you, try to hit me.
All right.
Okay.
Zan looks so happy.
We do that.
Yep. Max is just going to run in and punch.
Yep.
Okay, make an attack roll.
Both of us?
Yeah.
That's a 6. Not rolling well today. This is rough.
15 plus 6, 21.
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
Yeah, Zan, you start to run forward to try to hit her, and then you're kind of like, well, she's just very big, and you go to punch, and Max just kind of like puts his hand on your face and pushes you back and goes and
You ass!
punches Scruff straight in the stomach, and she bends over and is like, yeah, nice one, bud, and like smacks you on the back real happy about it.
Erica casts Vicious Mockery and says, Zan, I thought you liked to fight.
Okay. What is Vicious Mockery's saving throw?
It is wisdom.
Okay, Zan, make her wisdom saving throw.
That's an 18.
That does save.
You just like glare at Erica, I guess.
Zan flips her off with both hands.
Erica just threw some shade at you and you glare at her.
Cody looks over at Jasmin and is like, hey, hit me with something.
Jasmin very awkwardly reaches over and weakly slaps him.
Like with a spell or something.
Oh, but okay. Browses through her spell menu.
Cody's like bouncing up and down, like excited.
Produce flame.
All right.
Are you sure about this?
Kind of looks over at his friends who haven't been hurt yet. He's like, why not?
Max is giving you a big smile and 2 thumbs up.
Come on, let's do it.
I will lob it at Cody.
Go hit the child.
Make a ranged attack.
Attack the small boy.
Actually, Cody, are you moving? Would you try to dodge this? I think instinctively you would.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, instinctively, yeah, Cody will.
You're like, hit me. And then you see a fireball coming at you and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I might have thought got this one bad.
16 plus 8, 26.
Holy shit!
Big fucking number.
You peg him square in the face, and Cody, you feel like the heat of it, and I imagine you flinch back, but it doesn't hurt at all, and the purple fire just kind of washes over you and then fades.
He's still gonna just smack his own face, like just a lot, just like.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No,
are you okay?
It didn't hurt. Just was surprising. And then Cody's gonna immediately just turn around and try to shoot Ray of Frost right back at Jasmin.
Make a ranged spell attack.
It is an 8 plus 5, a 13.
Nope. My AC is 14.
Jasmin ducks, and the ray of frost goes zooming over her head and smacks into Zan.
Fucking classic! Of course it does!
Stan, you momentarily feel some brain freeze. Just shake it off.
Cody looks down at Chalama in his hand and is like, Chalama, you're really not doing well, or you have something out for Zan? I don't understand what's going on right now.
Erica casts Vicious Mockery again on Zan and says, Zan, you're looking real cool with the frosted tips.
Okay, Zan, make a wisdom saving throw.
That's an 11.
That does not save. So you would have gotten hurt a little bit. You feel like a sting of pain in your heart because you know that Erica got you real good. And you also have disadvantage on your next attack.
God damn it!
Zan, you're feeling like real embarrassed, but Scruff looks down at you and she kind of like slaps her chest a couple times and is like, all right, hit me again. You can do it this time.
Yeah. I guess. Okay. I don't have anything like that I could do that's cool without any kind of weapon, so I'm just gonna try to punch Scruff with disadvantage. It's my already wonderful dice rolls.
All right.
Got a 1. Got a 7 and a 1.
Oh, Talia.
They both look like 1s, but one of them is really a 1.
How tall are you?
5'1".
Scruff's like 7 feet tall.
Jesus Christ.
You like come towards her and you look like, I guess, pretty downtrodden because Erica just raised you so bad. And yeah, you go up and half-heartedly try to punch her. And she just reaches out a hand and puts it on your head so your fist doesn't reach her. And she's like,
oh no.
That's worse.
All right, I can see what we got here. We got a lot to work with here. Got a lot of rage.
That's so much worse.
Oh, don't worry, kiddo. We can work it out.
Sam just lies down on the ground. This is where I live now.
You lay down on the ground. Holly is kind of watching all of this and then is like, all right, anyway, how many of you are casters?
We left her back in
Nope.
we have a little.
Nope. Ear tight. Nope. Everything's cool.
I think we're all casters.
Technically. Did you want protection from good and evil? 2 things that we've never had to deal with? 2 things that never come up?
So Holly kind of is going to lead Jasmin and Cody and Erica. And I guess Max, the 4 of you a little ways away. Scruff kind of like reforms her chair and like leans down where you are, Zan. And she's like, hey, I can mold you. I can make you so powerful and strong.
That sounds like something someone evil would say.
No, you're just going to be fucking ripped, bro. You're going to be so ripped. And she's like trying to make you feel better.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Holly leads you a little ways away, and you, I guess, see behind you Scruff encouraging Zan to do some push-ups. And she turns to face you, and she says, may I see your wristband, Cody?
I guess. I can't take it off. You get to see my wrist with it.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
She like extends a hand and you like place your wrist there, and she's like, could you activate it?
Cody like looks over at the rest of the group, and then as he's doing so, he just slowly raises the other hand up to it, to keep like maintaining eye contact with everyone else, and just
Is anyone gonna stop this?
touch it together, and then it pops up.
And she like inspects the menu and like tilts your hand from side to side. Interesting. All right. Yeah, this should be sufficient.
How is it interesting?
There are many different ways of channeling magical energy into more specific or useful applications. I have seen this once before, but I think it worked out okay the last time I trained with someone like this. Could you try casting, let's see, and she like looks at your menu and is like, how about burning hands? And then she is going to walk a little bit away from you, Cody, where the way you've directed it, like not at your friends. And then she traces a sigil in the air. Go ahead. And she's just waiting there.
Cody is still looking at all his friends, and he's like, daughter, Ash couldn't read that. And then as he says that, he turns and he hits Burning Hands, and with his spunk card, shoots Burning Hands that direction.
Okay, yeah, you watch as daughter Holly is standing there, and her like eyes are closed, and she's just like waiting, and then you pull out your spunk card and cast Burning Hands, and she just immediately like rolls and is standing like 10 feet away, completely out of the range of it. And she opens her eyes and she looks at you and she says, "It was pretty good.
Thanks.
Interesting. Yes.
I use that one a lot, so I have a lot of practice."
Yes. I think, so you have an additional focus that you're using to cast these spells, correct?
I guess?
Your cards.
Oh, yeah, my cards. These are my Codymon.
Do you hand them over?
Show them. I just hold them in my hand, and I
all right, you just hold them up, and then she gets close, you like pull it back a little bit, like
I keep a healthy like 3 foot distance, you know. Like as she gets closer, they get further away.
That's a pretty big distance. This is ingenious, actually. I can tell that this is focusing you. Let's talk more about that later.
Okay.
But for now, I'd like the four of you just go in a circle and try to hit each other with some spells.
Oh, okay.
Max just slowly raises his hand.
Yes.
I don't have any like offensive spells.
Go do push-ups with Scruff. And she like points you over to where Scruff is.
Okay. Max looks a little sad and just walks away. Bye.
You get over there and Scruff is like coaching Zan doing push-ups and it's like 3 4
I can't. I don't have any arms.
You can do it.
I don't have any arms.
Push through.
I don't like this. Everything sucks.
I'd like to try and cast Ice Knife.
Okay. On who?
I'm casting Ice Knife on Eric.
All right.
That's a 16 plus 6, so that's a 22.
That's a hit.
Jasmin like browses through her menu and clicks one, and like this knife-shaped shard of ice appears in one of her hands, and she like throws it at Erica, and it like hits her in the shoulder, and then sticks there, and then explodes into into like a shower of ice shards all around.
Oh my god.
Erica's pretty surprised.
You actually like step back a little bit as this shard of ice flings towards your face and hits you square in the chest. Feels cold for a moment, but then fades.
Erica rubs at her shoulder and is like, whoa, okay. And then I think Erica looks at her menu and is like, I feel like I don't have anything that cool, but I can do this. And Erica casts Suggestion on Cody.
Okay.
So Cody, that's a wisdom saving throw.
There's a 13 plus 5 and 18.
Dang it. You save. So you just hear Erica say, Cody, why don't you go give Max a hug? And you're not persuaded to do that, but that is what I was going to suggest to you magically.
Cody just goes, kind of tilts his head, just like, Is that part of training? Is that how does that help?
Daughter Holly looks over at you, Erica, and she's like, try it again.
Okay, so I cast it again on Cody. This time, Cody, I'm telling you, why don't you go give Zan a hug?
Okay, make a wisdom saving throw.
Do bad, Alan, do bad.
17 plus 5, 23.
Damn it.
Oh my god.
On your wisdom save? That's wild. Yeah, I was like, and so Erica just kind of, her countenance falls and she's like, damn it.
Cody goes over and gives Erica a hug.
Erica gives Cody a hug back.
I'm sorry.
Well, what would have been great about that is Cody would have to pursue that for the next 8 hours. Cody's only purpose would be give Zan a hug for 8 hours.
That would have been pretty great.
I thought that was sweet, and now it's that's my worst nightmare. That's Zan's worst nightmare. A small child trying to give her a hug for 8 hours.
Yeah, I think once that's passed, Jasmin will kind of look towards Daughter Holly and say, how was that?
She nods and she's like, has potential.
Okay, we can do other stuff too. Cody has a lot of different spells. They're very powerful, and Erica is very terrifying, and I never really know what she's doing, but she's very scary. I can turn into animals.
Oh, that can be very useful. I imagine you're from the Kingdom of Ness?
No, I'm from Austria, but we arrived in the Kingdom of Ness.
Ah, well, if you want to go back there, definitely don't use that skill, but we can train that up too.
Is there anyone here that can train that? I know Noelle, but she's I feel like she's a little young. It's a bit hard to tell because she's always a dragon.
Holly says, I have some abilities that are similar, so we can definitely work on that.
Okay,
Cool.
but where are you from?
Oh, I'm from out west. I am currently living in the sand wastes.
Sand wastes?
Yeah, it's not as... it's nice to be back here and get to experience the sun.
I don't like sand. It's coarse.
It's coarse. God damn it.
Can you please do the entire line as Cody without us laughing? I would love that so much.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating. And it gets everywhere.
Is this the beginning of Cody's descent into Anakin Skywalker? No. Save the boy!
Yes, I'm directly going into Anakin Skywalker, who will then go into Darth Vader. This is now the prequel to the prequels.
No!
Who is Obi-Wan here?
I'm more worried about who Padme is.
Max.
I'm Mace Windu.
All right, you fucking nerds. All right, so yeah, you all spend some time in these training grounds. You spend, I think, the better part of the afternoon here. Daughter Holly teaches those of you with offensive magic, techniques on how to channel that magic and how to position yourself in a group of people to make sure that you hit the enemies you need to and that you don't take a lot of hits. Scruff just puts Max and Zan through a workout. She's like, I gotta make these two stronger. So by the time it's around late afternoon, early evening, you all can head out of the training grounds, kind of sore and sweaty and rushing with endorphins.
I'm gonna take a shower and then I'm gonna go directly to bed, says Zan out loud.
Nice. Okay, great.
Why am I a ranger? Also says Zan out loud.
She groans and heads her way up to bed. So basically, you all spend the next couple of days here. You get used to, getting food and seeing the other daughters and training and stuff. After you were told by the daughter you met at Fantasy Applebee's that daughter Kayla and Elian might want to talk to you about your responsibilities as daughters and stuff, you've kept an eye out for them. You run into daughter Elian once and they look just extremely tired, big bags under their eyes and they're just tugging at their sideburns and they're like, I am later, and just kind of like trudge off to go to bed.
Can I, as they walk off, just be like, cast Bomb of the Summer Court on them? Be like, maybe this help? Maybe this will help? It probably won't hurt.
Don't think they're injured.
You hear them give like a sigh and like one of their like shoulders like untenses and some flowers start growing in their very bushy hair. But yeah, you hear from some of the other daughters that like Kayla and Elian have been, and like some of the other more like strategy focused daughters have been like working really hard to figure out what they're doing about the situation in Fell's Keep and in the capital. And it seems like initiating you all has kind of taken a backseat to that.
Sort of after dinner one night, Jasmin will just come down from the rooms into like the living room. She has like her bag slung over her shoulder, and she'll walk up to Cody and say, Cody, do you want to come with me to see the moon spirits?
Yeah. Actually, I've been wanting to go talk to them again after the other night. Sure. And he puts his stuff real quick in his backpack and zips it up and it's ready to go.
They're not scary to you?
I mean, they looked scary, but then like things felt nice around them, and they helped me do bigger magic. So like, I just want to go see what's up.
Good. I'm glad. I just don't really want to go alone.
I understand that.
I brought some food, so
How long are we planning to be going?
Oh no, not long either. It's just some snacks.
Oh, I like snacks. Okay, and trots off.
Yeah, so you make your way down out of your apartment and out into the fields. I'll say it's like past sundown at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Jasmin, you can see these big hulking creatures known as the moon spirits out in the fields.
Mm-hmm.
There is one that's like closer to the dream grove than the others. And as you walk towards it, it raises its head to look at you.
Oh, there they are.
Cody, the sky is clear tonight, though the moons are almost completely waned. You can imagine that the new moon will be like sometime in the next like day or so. So there's only like 2 thin slivers of silver in the sky. And so you can see these moon spirits, though their images look faded, they look more like ghosts than tangible creatures.
As they're walking up, Cody kind of remembers seeing them for the first time. Jasmin, you weren't ever scared of them.
No, not really. I mean, I was a little surprised, but I guess I never really thought skeletons were that scary. I mean, we all have them inside us. And there's a lot of things that are scarier. I mean, living people are pretty scary, and society as a whole is pretty scary. Men are pretty scary. But a skeleton, no, it's not scary. And besides, they don't feel like they want to do us any harm, and I actually feel kind of comfortable around them. And I'm not really sure if I'm supposed to be related to them or not, which is really a question that I want to ask, because that's very confusing to me.
Cody thought he understood what was being said. Like he related to the feeling of being happy and like feeling comfortable around them. But when she took that left turn there, Cody just like, he just kind of stopped.
Yeah, I think they're my parents.
You're related to what?
I've been, ever since we came here and we woke up in the facility, I've been having these dreams.
Okay.
I'll be like in the middle of like space, pretty much. There's a void of stars and light all around me. But I don't see any people, but I hear these voices.
Oh.
And I don't know, but for some reason I instinctively trust them. And they told me that I was one of them, or I could be. And I've heard them a couple times since then, and they are the ones that gave me my staff. And apparently those are the moon spirits, and they're the ones that came from the egg. And also I think Noelle is one of them, so she might be my sister or something. I'm pretty sure I did not come from an egg. Like I know my family, so this is all very confusing. But yeah.
Oh, there's a lot been going on, huh? Well,
it was kind of a lot to talk about, and I wasn't sure if any of you would trust me if I told you about it, so.
Of course I trust you. I mean,
of course you would. You're nice.
Oh, well, thanks. You're super nice. Well, okay. Well, let's go talk to your family, I guess. That's different. I was about to say weird, but it's just different.
Yeah, I'll approach it.
Yeah. These creatures are like 30 feet tall and twice as long. So it's like approaching the bottom of a building.
Yeah.
But you can see that they have 6 legs and 2 tails, and like their bodies are very furry. They've got like this like long technicolor hair that it's kind of like glowing and shifting with these different colors. And then their faces are just exposed skulls that are made of that same translucent pink and yellow and purple shifting light as any of your summoned weapons are.
Is this the same one that we saw last time?
Make an insight check?
Sure. 14.
This creature looks the same as the one that you went up to the other night, but the other ones are so far away that you can't really make out details of them. And so, and you just don't know enough about these creatures to know if it's the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you draw closer, you get that rising like pressure of emotions inside of you. This like mix of hope and joy and also like sadness and longing. And I'm going to need each of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
22.
11 plus 6, 17.
Great. So both of you take like deep, shaky breaths and like wipe at your faces, and you can feel that there's like tears coming. You remind yourself that you are safe and you are a person who is separate from this being in front of you, even though you feel this overwhelming just wave of emotions. And so you each feel like you have the strength to ask a few questions.
You go first, Jasmin. They're your folks.
That's your dad.
Hi, are you who I've been hearing in my dreams?
It swings its like massive skulled head down to like look at you, although the eye sockets are empty, and you hear the chorus of voices that you've heard in your dreams and when talking to these creatures, and it says, "We are us."
Am I us? I mean you. That's confusing.
You have the connection. You can be us.
Okay. Would I become a 30-meter tall skeleton creature?
If that is what you want.
Oh, okay.
You must grow first, little hatchling.
How do I do that?
Save us. Find our child. The source. Our egg. We need you, hatchling. And with that, it actually like bends down its skull head even closer and presses it into you. And you just start crying. Like you stop being able to think about anything else other than like you have got to find the rest of that geode thing. You got to bring them the rest of their heart.
I think Jasmin will just wrap her arms around the front of this skull.
Yeah. You give it a big hug. It's comforting.
Excuse me, Moon Spirit. The other time I was here, I cast a spell and it worked, but like it didn't work like it worked normally. And then I think you helped it go bigger. I want to be able to do it again, but not here. How do I get my magic to be bigger, but like not here?
It doesn't move from pressing its head into Jasmin, but you can feel like it's looking at you, and you get the sense that it's looking into you. There's something about this creature that it can see past this little boy standing in a field with his backpack and his cards that he made himself. And it is looking into something that is you, but much bigger than you. And you realize you are also just like openly crying. You seek power. You are not us, but you can help us, and we will give you power in return.
Oh, okay. Oh, I guess I can help. I like helping.
Good.
That sounded ominous.
I mean, it's hard for something that's 30 feet tall to not sound ominous.
That wasn't a judgment on your skills. That was just like all of a sudden, good. Like, oh, okay.
Good.
Jasmin?
Yes.
And Cody kind of rubs his nose on his sleeve. I think it's time to go back.
Okay. Thank you. Moon Spirit, do you have a name other than that?
You just hear that voice in your head again that says, "We are us.
Okay.
Toys are us." It doesn't say that. I just wanted to say that. Babies are us.
That's Jasmin.
She'll just like hug the skull again and say, "Thank you. If we leave here, I'll be back before we do." And she'll stand up and walk over to Cody and offer him her hand.
He'll take it, but he's not making eye contact. He's just kind of walk next to her, still wiping down the remnants of his tears. So as they're walking away, he just kind of stops and kind of just the hands pull taut. Just 1 second, and then he'll run back.
Oh, okay.
I want to try again. And so he'll tap his wrists together, pull out his Codymon card with a picture of a little robotic dog named Ray Dog. He's like, okay, let's do this again. This time with my Codymon. And he hits locate object. Where's my missing card?
So you cast this spell and close your eyes and kind of feel your consciousness spread out from your location again, searching for this object. Again, you feel it reach kind of like the limits of your own magical ability, like the regular range of this spell. And then you feel the skull of this creature bump into you, and you just surge forward and out and away from where you are. And you this time focus a little bit on where it is taking you. And again, it shows you the same vision of this box deep underground with these electric lights, and swoops you back into your own body, and the creature's skull has pulled away. But this time you know the direction that it is. And so from where you're standing, you can just like raise your hand and point, and you know it's that way, but far.
Cody comes to, I'm not sure, realizing that he really felt his hand come up. He just comes to seeing he's pointing, and he's going to look that direction and memorize something that he can see from where he's standing to know which direction that it was.
Cool.
And then kind of come to look over and see Jasmin waiting for him, and then like put his hands under his backpack straps and run back to catch up and then take her hand. Okay, Jasmin, I'm ready to go now.
What was that?
I cast. I don't have one of my Codymon cards, and I'm looking for it.
Oh, when did you lose it? If it's in Fell's Keep, it might be a little hard. I don't think it'd be safe for us to go back there.
I don't know if it's there, but I'm working on it. I promise I'll let you know when I know where it is.
Okay. If it's at all possible, we'll help you find it.
Cody just immediately just like gets a big smile on his face and gives Jasmin a big hug. And he just kind of still a little bit teary-eyed from the whole experience. It's just like, thank you, Jasmin.
You can find us on Twitter at Dice Disasters, and we have more information about the show and the cast at dicedisasters.com.
Our website was made by Allison Otting, who plays Erica.
Dice Disasters is edited by Alan Brazzell, who plays Cody.
Our cover art is made by our own DM, Oliver Northwood.
Our theme song is by People Need Goals, who you can find on Bandcamp or on Twitter at People Need Goals. Their music is amazing, and we love jamming out to our theme song.
For the next little bit, Dice Disasters will be updated weekly. For those of you who are enjoying the show, it would be wonderful if you would subscribe and leave us a review. See you next week.
I like punching each other. Let's change the podcast where it's just 5 people with magic shoot at each other.
This training ground has now given me another idea for a bonus episode now, though.
Great.
A giant battle royale between all of us.
Yeah. Maybe next time we could do the battle royale, because I think that actually sounds pretty fun.